The midterm project, which is due the first period of next week. Draw 5 objects as if each is transparent. You will see that all objects can be reduced to being a cone, a sphere, or a rectangular solid, or a combination of these 3 forms. To get transparencies, you must analyze the forms you see within an object. If you can see the front of the ellipse of a bowl, for example, you can extrapolate what the complete ellipse will look like, even if you cannot see it. The form completes itself. Start with a single object that will be the farthest back in your still life. Draw it as if it is made of glass and fully transparent. Include the line of the tabletop. Add another object that overlaps it, draw it as if it's transparent, and keep the first drawing intact. Proceed to add 3 more objects, drawing each as if transparent. In order to do this exercise successfully, you must think, what forms comprise this object, and what is the perspective I am seeing it at? These are the objects that we're talking about: a cone, rectangular solid, and a sphere. And if you keep these in your mind's eye while you're looking at something, you're searching to see where you can find those in any object you look at. So the first object that I chose is a round series of boxes stacked. It's almost just made for an exercise like this. So I'm drawing the canister, and I start out by making a point for each of the points of the ellipse, the closest to me, the furthest away, the right and the left, and now I'm dropping in a plane to see where that is. Now I have the top plane, and I've drawn the bottom plane, and that helps me estimate where all the cross sections will be. Now I'm drawing the squash, which I've added. I see it as a sphere in the back and kind of a cylinder in the front. And I'm simply adjusting by going around the form to see the curvature of what that cylinder is. Now I'm adding my third object, which is that red bottle. Again, I see the bottom is a sphere, and I'm adding a little flatness so the sphere can sit on the table. The top part I see as a cone, and where it joins together, there's an ellipse where those 2 different forms are added. The fourth object is this little ceramic owl that is sitting on top of the canister. I see the bottom part as a sort of cone shape. The top part is a kind of rectangular solid that's been cut like a wedge. As I continue to work on it, I'm able to adjust and to even add a little bit of the detailing of the paint in the way that the face is painted with little eyes and a kind of cone shape for the nose. And then my last object is a starfish. I first want to map it out, as I do with everything, to place it point to point, make sure that I have it sitting on the plane that is leaning against the canister. I see the apertures of the starfish point to point, and I have it in estimation of one thing to another. I found that I had to make the squash a little bit smaller as I was working because it was in the wrong place. So it's just because you are drawing doesn't mean you never go back to earlier parts of the drawing and readjust. You're always readjusting. And here I'm showing you how to soften the lines that you're seeing through in order to create a little bit more of a dynamic of making things come forward and back. And this is the finished drawing. The purpose of this exercise is to make you feel very familiar with what form is, what shapes and forms comprise objects. The transparency is to allow you to see everything in the world at once and keep that structure extremely lucid and clear.